Not to jump scare you with Calgary weather, but today seems like a really good day to paint. I decided to try an art series based off my dancing lights painting that I made in 2023. As I'm trying to figure out my niche as an artist, I realized that this is actually my favorite painting to date. It was so fun to make, and there's something so mesmerizing about the final piece. I love watching ballet, and I wanted to paint the Northern Lights in a creative way, so Dancing Lights was born. This new series is probably going to speak to other human passions, and right now I'm starting with music, painting on a record. I'm thinking of making 3 of these music-themed paintings, so comment your favorite instrument, genre, artist down below, and I'll translate it onto a record. You know, a lot of people find oil paints really hard, but honestly, I find it better because if I ever mess up and I don't like something, it's gone. I realized that the Northern Lights are a beautiful way to express human emotions and passions visually. The vibrancy and colors of this natural phenomenon speak to the human soul and how our passions light us up inside, whether it be music, theater, math. It's the most incredible thing about humans, our drive. Our ambitions and our passions, they make us who we are. I think it was a quote from the Dead Poets Society that said, "And medicine, law, business, engineering, these are all noble pursuits and necessary to sustain life. But poetry, beauty, romance, love, these are what we stay alive for." Something is missing. Okay, so I decided to add a singer on top. I think it just completes the whole painting in that it draws your eye in, and the way that everyone's looking, you can kind of scan it and follow it a little bit easier. You just like scan the whole thing circularly, so I think that works pretty well. Good morning. It looks a little bit streaky when I put the oil straight on the gesso. Maybe for my next one, I think I'm gonna put 2 layers of gesso and a layer of acrylic paint as the base and then oil, so then it'll look more opaque. But yeah, I'll have to like repaint the background a little bit too. We live and we learn. There's actually gonna be a lot of details in this painting because of their facial expressions. It's really tiny, so taking out the skinny brush. Hashtag not sponsored. This is my favorite brush because it's so good for getting in there in the nitty gritty. I ran out of tallow glue, which I did not realize I had very little of to cover this canvas and do the rest of my paintings. And I was trying to get by without linseed oil, but I can't exactly do fat or ruin without the fat, without the oil on top. And that's also why it's probably looking so streaky on the background. So I guess I need to get more paint and oil. Let's get fat. For those who don't know, fat over lean is an oil painting principle that ensures durability by layering higher oil content, aka fat, over a paint with less oil, lean. Faster drying lean layers must go down first, followed by the slower drying flexible fat layers mixed with oil/medium to prevent cracking and peeling in the long run. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions of how I could add to this series or what I should do for my next painting, please leave them in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe.